So Giant Phyrexian Shark, yeah. Yes, I kill. Okay, nice. Well, at least something. Okay. Well, Johnny. Earth and burn to a bohawk. Oh, yeah. Fuck you. Okay, but we are back in here. We found some crystals. Let me see. Crystal Genrox. No, same. Oh, this looks some. Tax bonus, Genrox, increase profile, ball deflection. And this one is good. And Johnny should use this Luxum. Genrox, yeah, Genrox. Okay. Oh, what about armor? What are my team members wearing? They don't have color north. Okay, is it upgraded or not? Armor. Yes, it's fully upgraded. Okay. Putting my armor, yeah, it's for card. But yeah, let's try to repair HK-47.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Okay. I want to know more about your functionality.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
Are you damaged?
Answer. I believe I have been damaged several times in the past, Master.
Okay.
I have always been repaired, but perhaps full functionality has not been restored.
Is there any way to repair you?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive.
I see.
I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
I see. So I can restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
So, how do I go about restoring part of your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
I would like to try it.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process.
Okay.
Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Okay, let's get started.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while.
Okay.
First, you will need to open 3 panels.
I see.
Now close the last panel. Supplication.
I want to try again.
Statement. No. What a
I want to try
statement.
again.
Supplication. As
Very well, we'll do it later. Okay, what about you?
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you have any more of our stories? Yeah.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
I see. How much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan.
I see.
The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks.
I see.
Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor.
I see.
Only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
Yeah. And you actually came to Terrace.
Yeah, I came to Terrace. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Terrace and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Terrace could offer were nothing to me.
I see.
But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
I'm honored.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik.
I see.
For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Stimulants?
Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as a real... There anything?
Nothing more
Your
for
choice.
now.
Yeah, what do you...
Okay.
Your...
It was quick. Giovanni?
Yes. What is it?
Something wrong?
I was remembering Taris.
What about it?
It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And these raguls.
There was always the danger of raguls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets.
I see.
And whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
And how could such a government last?
It did not. But only because of the Jedi who came. It was very bad. We had no money to spare for any amenities. Even the Enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
Like who?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry.
Was
I
she?
am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Yeah. Your parents?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
I see.
How may I be?
So I was wondering if you could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris.
Yeah,
Perhaps I can tell you about that.
please do.
In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Yeah. What caused them to flee?
Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think.
I see.
Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
How did it happen?
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that
Oh,
moved.
I
They
should
used ships in
not
space to destroy
take
all
Canberra
orbital
and Juhan
facilities
together.
and
They
bombard
would
the
really
surface.
hate
We did
each
resist,
other, I
and in
think.
spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic.
Yeah, I
Cathar
see.
was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim.
Hmm.
And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit.
I see.
All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us.
See.
The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape.
See.
They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris.
Taris.
They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
How did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day,
Okay.
he would die.
He died?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
Interesting.
How may I be?
Can we look some more?
What is it you would?
A drink
I
orange?
have been doing well, I suppose. As well as I can. But I am more... Do not mistake me.
I see.
It did not come out the way I had. We have been traveling together since Dantooine.
Yeah, we will.
But I know nothing of you before that. Your job, your childhood.
Your life.
I am sorry if I am making you uncomfortable.
Sorry, my life is my
I
business.
understand. I appreciate it.
Okay. So guys, this will be all for this season. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you next